This is basically now something that won't make me as bad as Rocket League will. I'm surprised like none of this is wrapped around. Hey, Toxic. Oh, I gotta get better at that. And nothing too terribly exciting. Just killing time on a Sunday night. Mad at Rocket League, so I'm gonna try something a little bit more therapeutic. He says as he's digging gravel out by hand. Funny enough, well, I said there's nothing going on. Funny enough, so could I. I've been fighting my car all weekend. Which is annoying since it's only like 5 years old, but I think I got it finally fixed. So we will see. Your ex? Man, if something's going on, I would... My advice, blind advice would just be, man, don't worry about that stuff. Ow. Well, okay. In the dark, again, that's a little bit more understandable. Does a relationship not work out? Ah, the old heat of the moment. I know ye will. Well, for whatever crummy relationship advice I would offer is just, you know, obviously you'll dwell on it a little bit, like that's natural. But just, I don't know. Don't worry about what's done is done. I mean, of course you did. If you, you know, I guess the words I'm looking for is like, you said some stuff in the heat of the moment. You're feeling really shitty about it. You know, like, of course you're going to feel bad. But, like, I can't even try and attempt to sugarcoat it, but it's like, you know, shit happens. I mean, like, again, it probably doesn't help you much, but, hey, you've acknowledged that you effed up. It's going to take some time getting over it, but, I mean, ultimately, it's probably, if there's, something in the relationship, it's best to just cool down, a few days and then, go back and see, what may happen. If not, as, not trying to sound trite or anything, but, just chalk it up as a learning experience. And, my only experience is, hey, I effed up my relationship with my girlfriend when I was in high school and college, so 100% my fault. Yeah, it is. It's just, everybody meandering through everything and just screwing it up. But that's because you're all, you're young. It's like you don't know what you want. You don't even know what to do. Like you're still finding your way. And also, to be honest, I'm not sure like how many people were ultimately happy with their own high school experience. Hell, I hated most of my academic experience actually. I mean, probably the advice I'd offer on that is just do it. Like, also it like everything gets better. It'll get better, but like, you know, if you just need to, you know, vent, blow off steam, just do it. Like, there's no sense in keeping it in, because it could probably just like, just sometimes bottling that shit up just makes things worse. Again, not to try and sound flip or trite or anything, but it's like, you know, it does get better. Oh, don't. Like again, I'm no medical expert, but like I fought through my, I fought through my fair share of shit. Like I've also been hospitalized for depression. Go me. Um, like if you're upset, man, don't worry about holding that shit back. Like, you know, there's no such thing as, gender norms or all that other fucking bullshit. And even then, if like people want to hold you to it, then they're fucking out of their minds. It's just like, you know, it's like, you know, again, not to make light of your situation, but it's like, it's in a way, it's just like, life. You're going through it, and like sometimes just letting out, sometimes crying about the situation, like it's not a sign of fucking weakness. Get that shit out of here. You know. And again, I obviously say all this is that I have no whatsoever medical experience other than just my own life, you know, that I've been through. And also like, just talking to people or whatever, you know, that helps too. It's just, you know, again, it may not necessarily change anything, but like, you know, it is like, okay, where, what went wrong? Like, you know, yeah, you'll beat yourself up as like, well, could I do anything better? But it's just like, you know, you can't focus on that. Again, it just comes back to it's just like, yeah, if in the end you know things didn't work out, you can just say, well, okay, sure, yeah, I screwed up. It happens. Well, I'm glad about that. Hey, again, to be fair, it's fucking hard. It's like, it's like, there's it's so difficult to navigate. Like, all you have is like, just, knuckleheads like me just floundering through life. It's just like, it's like, I don't even know what I'm doing half the time. But like, like also ultimately in the end, it's like, stupid thunder. Uh, I'm not a great wordsmith. I try. But it's like, if I can offer advice or just kind of tell you, what you're going through. Hey, you're not alone. Hopefully you'll be a lot better off than I will. Because I haven't been in a relationship since then. It's completely my own doing. Like, I've chosen certain things in my life. It's not that I don't hate women or anything. It's just I, I'm probably still not even mature enough. But it's like, it it's like don't let this stuff get you down.
Totally agree.
I forgot to move myself.
Move yourself where?
I'm talking with one of my viewers.
Talking with who?
One of my viewers.
Oh. What you doing?
I'm playing Minecraft.
Oh, that's exciting.
Well, yeah, it is. But again, also talking with someone online, who's going through a rough patch, and just, doing my best to provide whatever advice that I can.
For sure, for sure. I hear you, dog.
Hopefully I can prove that I'm not a complete knucklehead.
On what?
On advice giving.
Oh. Yeah. I'm sure you're fine.
Well, that's that's gonna happen, but toxic. Just you got. I say this, you got your whole life ahead of you, which is so fucking cliche, but like, don't worry about it. Just hey, take a few days. You know, and I don't mean this with any malice whatsoever. I say, figure your life out, figure out what direction you want to go, and just do it. Like, if you want to apologize to your girlfriend, see if you can patch things up, do that. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But, don't beat yourself up over it. Like, it's just, again, it's just like, I don't want to say it's not worth it, but it's also, it's just, it's not something you should, totally stress yourself over. Also, just, you know, be sincere about it. You know, again, I know easy for me to say, the one who just doesn't have a girlfriend or any sort of relationship whatsoever, but like, you know, again, that's part of it. It's just, you know, and you know, if it doesn't work out, well, it doesn't work out again. It'll hurt for a while, but you know, ultimately you can't beat yourself about it. You know, up about it, even when you make mistakes. Like, funnily enough, I like to, on the mistake part, I like to yell at my Rocket League squad, uh, especially one person in particular. And it's like, stop being. No, it's not even you, Dustin.
Oh.
But you know who I'm talking about. I just
no.
Yeah, I just keep telling him. It's just like, you know, with mistakes, it's just like, yeah, beat yourself over, but don't stop worrying about them. Like, you're gonna make more of them. You know, so there's no sense in dwelling over it. Like, I'll yell at myself for all the stupid things I do, Rocket League or otherwise, but it's just like, well, you know, nothing I can do. It's already happened. If I had a time machine, well, so let's be honest, I probably wouldn't be here playing or streaming. Well, maybe I would be, but I'd have a lot more money to show for it. So, again, it's just like, you know, learn, grow, you know, and just, you know, see what you can do with the next chance you're given. And if this works, you know, if this works out, you two make up, great. You know, it's kind of like, you know, let's see where we go from here. Yeah, like, I'll actually give you an example. Unfortunately, it's not relationship related, but it is, again, something from my life. So I inexplicably got fired from a job. 2.5 years, just no warning, just out of the blue. It was basically like an internal uh, power play or whatever. Um, the background on it was working as a librarian's assistant in an interior design showroom. Um, and one of the three owners who worked the showroom floor just liked me a lot. My boss liked me. Unfortunately, the bean counters and the owner, well, the owner had no insight. I should say the owner. The person who put up the bankroll had really no insight, um, kind of into going on, but was more friendly with the person in accounting. Um, and basically after, it was actually after Thanksgiving of all things, I basically came in Monday and they just basically said, it's not working out, and handed me my papers. Um, the short of it is I fucked around for 6 weeks. Um, and after that, got off my duff, went to a temp agency, um, because, hey, I needed income again. Imagine that. And they got me a job. The job that they put me in is a place I currently work at, which is Edward Jones. I work in the headquarters. And I've been there for 20 plus years. This knucklehead in my chat, I met him through Edward Jones too.
I kind of work there.
Well, sort of. We won't go into that. But to provide some background, I still have no idea why it didn't work out. But I've really enjoyed working there. But I will say, as a stupid young adult, probably in the end that wasn't gonna work out. If I had any aspirations or that sort of thing, to do things. Because I was just making I don't know, 20 plus years ago, so maybe 20,000 a year. And it's just it's just that just wasn't going to work out as a career. It's kind of I guess the best way to put it is just I didn't really think about it. But again, it's now here I am. For better or for worse. But in a way, I'm glad I got fired, because it's it just kind of opened my eyes up to the world in a way. As dumb as it sounds. Also, I freely admit there may also be a, gotta learn to walk or gotta learn to crawl before you know how to walk type aspect to it too. I hope I can, again, I'm providing even just mediocre advice, but again, just see what goes through it and effing go from there. I hope I am. I hope I'm not steering you wrong. Yeah, like, again, sometimes it happens in your favor, sometimes it doesn't. You know, part of life is just going through it and fucking up. But also there's times when it's just really, really rewarding too. Again, you're young. You know, another phrase I like to use, um, and I forgot where I've heard this from. It's not original, but you know, don't panic because there's plenty of time to do that later. Also random in all this. You'd think spider webs would be easier to destroy by hand. Well, like, again, just, I mean, in a way, you're owning up to it, but you know, it's kind of like, you know, again, it's acknowledge your mistake and you know all that bullshit. Um, you know, but also it's just, hey, apologize to your friends. Like, you know, this is my fight alone. You know, let me handle it. I I know you're my friend. You know, in a way, you can you can support me along the way, but you know, my problems with my you know with my girlfriend or my ex, you know, however you want to slice it, you know, it's like in a way it's my problem. You know, and his I don't want to say that like that's the manly thing to do, but it's like that's the right thing to do. I think. I could be completely wrong, by the way. Yeah, like again, like for everything, like you know, your mental health, you know, your just everything you do, like all that shit matters. And like, I don't want this to sound bad or anything, but it's just like, you know, in the long run, you always come first. You know, if you can't take care of yourself, it's hard to take care of anyone else. You know, it's hard to be with your friends, etc., etc., etc. But also, just don't let shit spiral out of control. You know, because again, as dumb as anything, I can put, you know, words together. You know, it's like you need to be the best you can be, and hey, you just mentioned it. You know, kind of begins with you. You know, and that's taking care of yourself.
Because you rule.
Yeah, see, you are good for something, Dilly.
Yeah, see? Good to go.
Now, why does this spot always fuck me up? That's probably actually a very good idea. It's just, yeah, get some sleep. It'll do you good. You know, for whatever good. Sleep on Sunday night will, but like, you know, just go to sleep and just like, I don't know. I don't want to say don't give an F, but just, you know, don't worry about it. Don't let it drag you down. You know, you got time to figure it out. You know, it's all relative, but still, like, yeah, just get a good night's sleep. Toxic Wolf, you have a good night as well. I hope you're feeling better tomorrow. You are quite welcome. What am I doing? Oh, my inventory's empty. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this one up. You down for games?
Me?
Yeah.
Depends. Depends to see what Squiddy's doing.
Why?
Well, I just invited him and he joined.